use of breath work to connect to our ancestors, to ancestral memory. Um, Actually, let's go all the way back to the Upanishads, these very early Vedic or pre-Vedic um, writings. There's a statement in the Upanishads that says, "Consciousness is like a kite, breath the string that guides it." Breath is very special in our embodied experience because it is at once an autonomic process. It's a process that happens automatically. That's part of how we live, an important part of how we live. And at the same time, it is an autonomic process that we can mindfully control. So, breath lives at the interface between the unconscious and the conscious. The better we get at controlling our breath, the better we can get at our managing the interface between the conscious and unconscious. And every inner spiritual tradition that's, kind of like worth its weight, that has remained intact in some way or other, often with breath, helps the aspirant gain skill in working that boundary between the conscious and the unconscious. And I say all this because where does, for most people, if you're in, especially in the industrialized West, where for most people does our ancestry live? The connection to our tree of heritage. It exists in the unconscious because we are not entrained culturally in the industrialized West to maintain an active, conscious, persistent connection to our ancestors. Therefore, breath can be a gateway. A breath practice can be a gateway to settling the body, to inching towards the veil between the seen and unseen. The breath is a means to cool and quiet the mind so that when you're at that interface, your mind isn't full of chatter and you can listen. When you're at that interface with controlled conscious breath, your mind is quiet. This is the sacred teaching of be still and know that I am. Our ancestors, the intelligence of creation, Pachamama's heartbeat, all live in the place of silence. And there's no better place, no better way than an engaged conscious breath with a settled and peaceful body to obtain the gift of those connections. And in obtaining the gift of those connections, you are gifting your ancestors with your presence. One of my colleagues, in a prayer that she often gives, says that in calling the ancestors, thank you, ancestors. We are the reality of your dreaming. We are the reality, ancestors, of your dreaming. Thank you. And the way that in the timeless space of soul and spirit that we gift our ancestors, we provide sacred reciprocity, is that we engage so that they know that their quest of parenting, their quest of life giving, has been met with the realization of your existence. Breath is the way to get there. Consciousness is like a kite, breath the string that guides it.